Please get up and dance. Have a great time. Put your hands together for the Hellcat III.
Thank you very much.
Formed by Cameron and I, so Cameron's the guitar player. I play double bass, and then we've got Richard Beggs on drums up the back there, belting the Christ out of those fellas. Yeah, so it's a bit of a, I guess, a mix. We love rockabilly, but we're also really passionate about surf guitar. And I grew up listening to Dwayne Eddy and the Shadows and that, and Cameron grew up listening to the Shadows and all that sort of stuff too, you know, so we were both really passionate about that sort of stuff. He and Richard were actually in a surf band together called the Endless Surfari, and they were awesome, you know, like a really, really cool band, you know, and so when we were sort of talking about putting the band together, we wanted someone not necessarily that it was a rockabilly drummer who doing the stand-up stuff, you know, and because I guess rockabilly drumming was fairly primitive, and you know, on the early Elvis stuff, you didn't even have drums, you know, it was mainly the double bass and that, you know. So we wanted a really big, heavy sound, you know, that surf guitar sound, you know, the big sort of, you know, like the Atlantics and the Ventures and all that sort of stuff, you know, real Link Ray, you know, all that really heavy sort of sound, yeah. So I guess Richard was a real natural fit, you know, because he's just he's a machine on the drums, you know. He's a bit of an animal there, you know. So, yeah, so it's got that really that big full sound, and it really complements the double bass well, you know. So we're not a traditional rockabilly band, you know, like, and we love traditional rockabilly music, but we want to try and keep it fresh, you know. So that's why we like to, I guess, bring in the snarlier sort of guitar, you know, so it uses the Vox amp and that, you know, and I've got a fairly loud and sort of angry system that happening here on the double bass. Yeah, and that's the thing, we just listen to such sort of diverse sort of music sort of stuff, you know, like the boys were into all sorts of heavy metal and stuff like that, you know. I was into, you know, like I listen to all sorts of stuff, you know, rockabilly and ska and punk and all that sort of stuff, you know, like, so yeah, it's kind of good. The three of us have all got different sort of backgrounds, but we've all got that common love of that traditional music. Yeah, really love sort of bands like Reverend Horton Heat and stuff like that. Guys who are playing rockabilly music but have got that real cutting edge sort of modern sort of sound to it, you know, and that's why we don't want to just sort of fall into the path of just being another rockabilly band just doing the same sort of thing. Yeah, we want to be giving it that modern sort of edge, you know. And I think that's a cool thing with rockabilly music, because it's what, 60, 70 year old sort of art form, you know. It's probably pre-1950s, you know. Back in the 40s it was really sort of kicking off around Memphis and, you know, that southern sort of Mississippi sort of area and that, you know, and it's been around for that amount of time, and yet it's still fresh.